We are live. Right?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Welcome back, everybody. Apologies. Missed last week. Went racing. Got stuck at the track. Ended up real late. The track I went to, you end up in the infield. At Southside, we parked in the gravel pit.
The gravel pit? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where we belong. No, but at this track, you park in the infield, and you can't really leave until all the races are finished.
And what track was this?
This was Dominion.
Okay.
And ended up being real late before I left, so wasn't able to do the podcast last week. Apologies to everybody. But like I said, yeah, it happens.
How'd the race turn out?
It was good. Well, we'll talk about it in a little bit. As far as we'll get into it.
I want to jump right into it. Then my bad.
Yeah, you're good. Either way, like I said, we're back. Ryan's here. It's just us, just the boys in the house. We got a bunch of news about a bunch of things. We literally had I'm sure Ryan always does a write-up. That's why we love Ryan. He always has a, write-up list of things he wants to talk about, and it's usually a lot different than mine. I think we have very much different news feeds or something, but
twice the content there.
Yeah, twice the content. So we had, we both probably written up stuff for last week. I know I had, and obviously we didn't get to do the episode. And tomorrow I've got a guest planned, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to cover some of these topics. So I just, tomorrow I'm going to be focusing on the guest, asking them questions about their, business and channel and stuff like that. So
all about the guest.
Yeah. So sorry to Fuller. I know he wanted to come on tonight, and I had to deny him because he was like, "What about me being a guest tonight?" And I want to have him on as a guest, but like I said, I gotta get through some of the topics tonight. But we are back. That's what is that? The 7th or 8th time I've said that. Everybody probably knows by now.
Well, we can make it a 9th. Why not?
Yeah, we can do it 9th.
Yeah.
We're back.
Welcome.
Friday night special. In fact, this is the first Friday night episode since the first night this happened, episode 0. So,
really,
shout out to that. But yeah, last week we went racing up north. Took the cars down there. Had a little bit of learning to do. Once I hadn't raced at this track in 4 years almost or something.
Okay.
So went out first practice, and I was just totally not familiar with it, hitting the apron and all kinds of stuff. So
knocking the dust off.
Yeah. Then qualified 4th. We'll get a little bit more into it, but race went well. Picked up this new bad boy.
Woo!
I wouldn't say this new studio art because I'm not going to keep it in here. I just got it in here for right now, but
that's heavy.
It's not. It's like
real gold.
Pound and a half. Yeah. It's not. No, yeah, it's real gold. In fact, yes, they do. It's real gold. It was a one-night event that they were giving out real gold, and nice. I just happened to win at the right night. But I did want to. I don't know if this will leak or not, but I wanted to take a sip out of this bad boy, and obviously I haven't done it because I wasn't sure if it would work. But this is at Southside. You don't get a cup, so I've drinking out of the Shenandoah cup. I've drinking out of the. They did give out a cup at Southside one time, the Willie Height Memorial Night. I haven't drinking out of that one yet because I want to do it with Miller High Life ponies.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away, so it was a remembrance
Rest
race.
in peace.
Shout out to Jamie Height. So I have not drinking out of that one actually, just out of respect. So maybe I will do that one day, but it's got to be on like a right date,
right?
And it's got to be Miller ponies. All kind, there's a lot of. Yeah. I don't want to do it wrong, so. Did not drink out of that one, but I want to eventually if Jamie Height approves, so we'll find out about that. But anyway, we're going to drink out of this one right now. Like I said, there's a bolt in the bottom of it, so I don't know if it'll leak. The other ones are literally just the entire trophy as a cup.
Yeah.
So, there's no way that it'll leak.
You
this is what I'm a little worried about.
If it does leak, you have to.
Yeah, this is a small one anyway, so. But cheers to last week. We had some hiccups. We'll talk about that later is what I was mostly talking about. But we had some hiccups, but we got there. And, it's not leaking, actually. Oh, it is leaking out of the bottom. Holy shit.
Success.
So that's cool. And I got that new hat. Dominion 2020 Dominion Raceway winner. So that's cool. I don't even want this.
That's a double whammy right there.
Yeah, they don't. I made a comment. Hopefully, they've got some American racers. That's the type of tire that they use. When you win at Southside or any track, it's a Hoosier racing tire track. They give you a necklace collar thing. It's Velcro. You might see the purple thing I've got around some of the trophies.
Yeah.
So I was, just blabbing one night about how, like, American Racer, I want a collar if I go up there, and somebody said, they got a hat, and I'm like, that'll do, I guess.
That'll do.
That'll do. Yeah, because Hoosier does not give out hats. I do appreciate a good hat. So.
It is a nice hat.
Yeah, I really hope I don't roll this chair out, actually, and break the trophy. I just don't want it up on the table, because I don't know, it's kind of weird.
It's indestructible, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to put it over on the shelf, which is in the other shed sometime this week. I just had to...
With all the other trophies.
There's a few. But
just a few.
Either way, I was supposed to have my phone out so I could talk about what we're supposed to talk about. I just got done, that beer was warm, too. I don't know what... Yeah, really hot.
That's
it's
good.
not even, I don't know what happened.
You got any left?
No, but it wasn't hot in the can. But sure was hot. The trophy.
The cup trophy.
Yeah, well, in fairness, the trophy's been out here all day, so the trophy's like 90 degrees, but anyway.
Nothing better than warm beer, though.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So what do you got?
I got a couple things. Shout out to Josh Revis, even though I got angry at him last time. Even tried to call me like 4 times in a row. That's okay.
It happens.
I don't think anybody even saw me get mad, because while he's calling me and I'm cussing everything, it's not technically live. And you know what I thought about that one time? I'm such an idiot. Very easily preventable, because, see, what's recording us right now and what my phone, they're linked together. So if I get a call on this, that also rings, even though they're, you know what I mean? Obviously, that's what was going on.
And everything just kind of...
Yeah, well, everything's interrupted, so which is not good. But if I were to just hit the answer button on my phone over here, it would go back to doing whatever it's supposed to do over here, and I could just say, hey, hey, not right now, whatever. No, I've got to not do that. I've got to overreact and get up and do this whole dance and freak out.
Well, third time was the charm there, so...
It reminded me that when I first moved into this house that I'm in now, 7 or 8 years ago, my neighbor, I like literally never met him. I think I'd maybe met him once, like waved at him, talked to him across the street or whatever. He was cutting his grass one day, and he's got like kind of an old hoopty, ride on lawnmower.
Uh-huh.
And so he like comes out in the road, and he like stops, and we get to talking, but the lawnmower's running, so it's kind of hard to hear each other.
Yeah, of course.
So, and I'm actually leaning, he's sitting on the seat or something like that, but he's leaning way forward, and I'm actually leaning on the seat, the back of the seat, right?
Screaming at each other.
We're like, yeah. So he like goes to like get off of the lawnmower so that it'll cut off so that we can hear each other. And because I've got my hand on the seat, he gets up, which when he gets up, he forgot it was still in gear.
Wow.
So when he gets up, he lets his foot off the clutch.
Yeah, and
and it shoots off forward. I've got my hand on the seat, so not only do I have pressure on the seat, then it takes off, and then I'm like getting dragged behind it. Not really, not like the golf cart thing, because that was going fast. It's not going fast, but
Same
I'm like,
concept.
Literally now I'm like, I've got my hand on the seat, and I'm like, oh my god, like I figured he had like bypassed something on his lawnmower, because he's got a bunch of them over there, like to where it doesn't cut off, and he's like, he hopped off this thing, like, oh shit, now it's a runaway lawnmower.
Cutting his own grass.
Yeah. So turns out, and I like chase this thing down, hop up onto it, put my foot on the clutch or the brake or whatever you want to call it, stop it, and turn it off, and I'm like, whew.
He should have given me the lawnmower after that.
Well, that night he realizes like, well, technically all you had to do was let go of the seat and it would have cut off. The only reason it took off and kept on running is because there's like the seat safety switch.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So when he got off, he thought it would cut off. Granted, he didn't think it was still in gear, which wouldn't have mattered because it would have cut off. But because I still had weight on the seat, the lawnmower, did not cut off, took off, and then I chased it down like using the seat to pull myself towards it, so it never cut off. And I hopped up on this thing
some front flip
like
the seat.
No, I didn't do a front flip, but I like hopped onto it like it was a running horse, and got on there and turned it off and saved the day. When like he said, really all I had to do was just let go, and it would have just cut off.
Way to steal the thunder there.
Yeah. Well, like I said with Josh Reeves, all I had to do was just answer the phone, and then we could have even had a conversation right then. It might have been kind of cool. But I had to go, oh, what the?
Well, maybe we'd reenact it in a I don't know.
Wow. Maybe. So anyway, sorry, Josh Revis. Love you, buddy. I tried to call him this week, too, and he didn't answer or text me or...
Hope he's watching now.
He's not.
Oh, well. He
might be.
He'll get this message.
Why not? But anyway, so sorry to Josh Revis. Sorry to see it when we went to this track up, up the road. I'll try to make this as short as possible.
Oh no. Detail.
Southside Speedway closed down due to COVID. Dominion said, okay, now instead of just the first race of the season, the first 3 races of the season, you're allowed to buy 4 tires. It's normally you can buy 4 tires, and then after that you can buy 1 tire every single night for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Well, Southside closes down, and they want to bring cars from Southside, to get their car count up.
Yeah.
You can buy 4 tires now any of the first 3 weeks that you're there. So we do that. Alex, my brother, went and ran last race they had, the second race, bought 4 tires, practiced on practice tires, qualified, got the pole, raced, finished second, but had the 4 new tires as opposed to everybody else that had, ran an entire race and then had bought 1 more tire. So we went down there, bought tires, and then, after I qualified 4th, won 4 new tires and got smoked by everybody. Found out 4 hours later after sitting on the black top that I was apparently going to have to start in last because I was running on 4 tires, and as opposed to everybody else's. And then I go and ask them about it, and it's your brother slipped through the cracks. It should have been the same way for him, type thing, and
kind of like politic kind of thing.
I don't even think it was politics. I think it was just a misunderstanding. There was another driver that I'm not even going to name names. There was another driver that was a local at the track that apparently had bought a tire because now he's only allowed to buy 1 per week, and yet he's got to race against guys that are allowed to buy 4. So he bought a tire through another guy's name, I guess, or had like a random brand new tire from the season before or something.
Yeah.
And stuck it on his car apparently. Well, somebody ratted on him, not us. Apparently they thought it was us, but we can't even see that side of his car. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Either way, somebody ratted on him, and that's part of the problem too, is because they told him he had to start in the back because he had obviously illegally put on somebody else's tire. You're never allowed to do that.
Okay.
When I put on 4 tires, they were all my tires that I bought, or my sponsors had bought. Shout out to my sponsors, I'll get to you. So technically he had broken the rules there a little bit, but here's my thing. If you're going to allow new drivers from other tracks to come in and buy 4 tires, you still need to be offering that to your current drivers. You can't say, you can buy 4 the first week and only 1 the next 2 weeks, and everybody else that comes in here brand new can buy 4.
Right.
Like, while you're running that program, you need to, because obviously that guy bought a tire through somebody else's name. He was willing to spend the extra money.
Yeah.
The reason they make it only 1 more tire throughout the rest of the year is because they don't want to make it a money game to where the richest guy is buying 4 tires every week.
Which makes sense.
So they control the money a little bit. They'd love to sell 4 tires every car every week, but the guys that can't afford to do that, they want to give them a fair shot.
Right. Fair is fair.
However, if you're giving cars from far away or anywhere, even if it's a local guy for that track that hasn't raced yet that year, the ability to buy 4 tires the second week and the third week, I think you should still allow your local guys to buy as many tires as they want. So that was my argument. Like, don't even make him start in the back. Let him keep his qualifying position and his tire, whoever's tire. I don't even care.
Yes, I don't understand the whole ratting out. I mean that.
I don't know. I don't understand it either.
That's.
Doesn't make any sense to me, and that's what I even told them once Dominion, the track made it right. So shout out to them for making it right. Sorry to the, track, to Chris, the track director, or whatever. I don't know what his technical. He's the bigwig there. Sorry to him. He got cussed out for a long time, for about 10 minutes down in my pit stall. I loaded my car up and everything. I was ready to leave. So that's what I'm saying. Like I left my, this is a Saturday race. You have to leave at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Wife's stuck here with the kids all day just so I can go up somewhere and buy 4 tires and then have to start last? I don't think so.
Right, no.
After I'd already gotten cleared that I was allowed to buy 4, that was the entire program.
Yeah, and then try to backtrack.
Yeah, so no.
Yeah.
So, and they were like, you didn't run enough, apparently there's a rule that they had made up, you got to run 30 laps before, which technically at that point should have been 60. Now that I'm there for the third race, you should have made me run 60 laps. But they never told me about this rule. And then they tried to enforce it after the fact.
Yeah.
So that was part of the other miscommunication. That's what I'm saying.
But that falls on them, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it was more of a miscommunication than a politics thing, just because they forgot to tell me about that rule and then tried to enforce it later. So either way, I don't want to make this, a big thing. But everybody that saw me probably rage out in the pits and load my car up. Maybe they're wondering what happened exactly. But like I said, I think that the guys that are local that want to buy, if they want to buy 4 tires the second week and the third week, just let them. I mean, I know that's kind of screwing over the guys that are less budgeted and don't have as many sponsors, but you're already doing that by letting anybody come in there the second and third week and buy 4 tires anyway.
Yeah.
So the guys that are in the points race and the points battle, like this guy was, that wants to buy extra tires like he did anyway, just through somebody else's name, because that's the only way that they would legally let him.
The fact he had to go to that.
Yeah, well, I think that this happens a lot, but it's not on. It happens at all tracks because you're only allowed to buy 1 per week. But it doesn't happen when you're allowing other cars to come in and run 4, and they're not enforcing it to where you have to start in the back. Like other tracks may not even catch it or enforce it. Granted, somebody ratted this guy out, so I guess the track had to enforce it, but.
Yeah.
On, like I said, a night where you're letting other guys come in and run 4, which was discussed. Maybe they didn't discuss it with the local guys, but they told all the Southside guys, like, hey, come on down to Dominion, or up to Dominion. Yeah. You can buy 4 tires the next 2 weeks. This is the time. So, that's what happened there. But they made it right. They let me keep my qualifying position. Everything was the way it should have been.
You just had this
but it's just, I mean... The fact that it was mostly also the attitude they dealt with it, and also the fact that qualifying ends at 2:30. I'm finding out this information through rumor, through the pits, and then relaying it to them and asking them about it at 6:30 at night, 4 hours later, on a 100-degree day. Where's the communication? So, he got the bad end of the stick and he got cussed out for about 10 minutes. Deservingly so.
Oh, yeah, it starts from the top.
Either way, sorry about that, buddy. Anyway, back to the good news. Have you heard about the new football team? I guess that's exactly the way to say it. The football team.
I want to say, I know what you're talking about there, yeah.
So this is what happens, when NFL pulls, didn't they pull funding from the Redskins until they changed their name? It was like, oh, we're not selling any of your stuff on NFL.com and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, Nike and stuff like that, yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about it, but what's gonna be their logo and everything? If they're gonna go by what is it? The Washington football team, right? Is that what they're going by?
It's just a W. The logo is just a W.
That's what it is.
A yellow W now.
Okay, I didn't see any of that.
As far as I saw, like a little icon that was there. What will probably be on the side of their helmet is just a yellow W. So yeah, I mean that's what America.
On the other side.
I mean, literally, America, NFL, and everybody, in my opinion, is literally just getting trolled right now. I understand that some people can be offended, and that's understandable. But when you start pulling funding and forcing things, they go, okay, you want to play? We find something that isn't offendable to anybody. How about the football team?
The most basic thing you could.
It's incredible. You know what I mean? Like the fact that that they got away with it, that I guess they're allowed to do whatever they want. They can name it whatever they want.
Yeah. Well, I also think it's just temporary until whenever they decide to.
Well, there was also a guy, I don't know if you saw this, that bought up, as soon as they started talking about all the PC stuff about the Redskins, he bought up the patents to all the other names that were like what they might have picked. That way he could overcharge them and make a bunch of money off of it. So one guy literally has like 20 patents of all different names that the Washington Redskins could have turned into.
Yeah.
And they're all the ones you see on the internet. One guy owns them all. One rich, but not super rich. He's going to be rich if they ever, but that's also probably part of the reason.
Yeah, that's a huge part. I didn't know that.
But still, you still got to think about they could have picked anything, any animal, any godly creature. I don't know.
I think
the
also,
Titans.
If true, but I mean, look at the flying squirrels, for example. I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. And the Washington training camp is right here in Richmond, VA. Is this Richmond, VA trolling the entire nation? Just think about this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you took away our funding and we have to change our name? We're going to change it to the football team. I mean, this is what happens when you PC, like, everything, nothing's going to have a name anymore.
Well, I mean, like you just said, if that guy didn't buy up all those names, they probably would have had a name.
I don't know. It just kind of frustrates me. It would have been better. I wish they would have I kind of like the fact that they trolled everybody.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
I think it's hilarious. And I think whoever decided that.
I want to see how long it goes for.
Well, the Flying Squirrels have been going for a long time, and I thought that was equally as ridiculous when I heard about it.
You'll know it's real when they start putting out merchandise and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Aunt Jemima's gone. This is, the next thing. It's just.
Yeah, I saw stuff like that too.
Yeah.
It's
What's next? Saltine crackers aren't crackers anymore because I'm offended. They're called saltine crisps. I mean, what are we doing? Nothing can have a name anymore? I understand the Redskins, maybe Cleveland Indians, I think, is apparently changing their name. Didn't we talk about that one night?
Yeah. I'd brought up like all the other teams, like the Chiefs and stuff. But I mean, I know the Redskins have been brought up even several years ago. It was like a little.
Yeah, it's been happening for kind of a long time.
I'm
kind of surprised they were able to hang on this long. But the fact that they really gave the slap in the face like this, I mean, that's really you can't say that anybody actually made a. That's an insane decision to call. Like, can you imagine what if there was a team called the baseball team? Right?
No, I mean it's
crazy.
I think it's just funny to think about.
It's hilarious,
and the fact that I'm a Cowboy fan just makes it,
that much better.
That much better.
Well, I'm not a Redskins fan, obviously. It's just
right.
I appreciate the backslap to the PC takeover. It's like, okay,
this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But did you hear about the whole Dan Snyder stuff? I think it was like last week about all these allegations of like sexual misconduct in the workplace and stuff like that, and it trickled all the way to like even Jay Gruden's time there and stuff like that.
No, I didn't hear about any of that.
Oh yeah, that came out. I don't have any details on it really, but I'd seen something on ESPN about it. And
word of honor, Nick Jeffers. This is hilarious. Dude, I just found out. I just now reading all my comments. You probably reading them like, who are these guys? Nick Jeffers is up in this bitch. That's hilarious.
Michael Chapman Jr.
Somebody might be mad at me about the PC rage, but that's okay. Oh, everybody be okay. Have a beer.
All right.
It's okay.
It'll pass over.
So he's trying to pull fast one. Alex puts liquid steel in his right side roll bar. I've heard that's true, Nick. I'm just kidding. Alex used to have a bunch of extra weight in the left side seat, but he got rid of all of it, so congrats to Alex. He used to be that heavy hitter, but he's back now. I mean, he's still light heavyweight, I'm going to say that much, but, either way. Who is taking off camera? Show your face. I don't know what you're talking about, Nick. Do you have to change the name of Bears Racing? Jeffers left because he won't interact with us. All right, sorry, Nick. Sorry, Nick Jeffers. Nick Jeffers probably left because I'm surprised he was here. That's pretty cool. How did he see it? Who shared it? What's up, Fuller?
It's the internet.
There will be no more Thanksgivings with the Cowboys and Redskins, and it sucks. Is that true? There won't be any more Thanksgiving games?
I did not see that.
What did I just say? Thanksgiving games.
Well, because it's the same teams that play every Thanksgiving. For
but wouldn't it just be now the Cowboys versus the football team? This is just...
Yeah, that is like that. Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't even know what I'm doing with this koozie. Hold on. I got this new one. Shout out Virginia Racer Mike Bender.
Oh.
That's my cousin. But it's tight. I got a shirt too, but it's still in the wash. Dude, this is the first time I've ever gotten a shirt when it was like, it had a tag on it. I swear to God, like big letters. Do not wear this without washing. Like some of the chemicals that we use for like the ink transfer or whatever will like burn your nipples off. It was like real scary. I was like, oh shit, like this is for real. Usually like people say like, oh don't wear it until you wash it.
Yeah.
I'm like I don't give a shit.
I wonder what kind of chemicals.
This one had a big tag that said otherwise. I'm like, okay. Apparently, if they put the tag on there themselves, they kind of know what they're talking about. So he's asking who your coach is. It's Ryan.
Yeah, me, Ryan.
It's Ryan Milton. He's here every week almost. Walmart is closed on Thanksgiving now. What is it? What is that? What is it?
Man.
Good job at Dominion. 1 and 2. Thanks, Kenny
serious?
Allen. That's a cool old guy. What?
I was talking about the whole Walmart being closed on Thanksgiving.
What did you want to talk about the whole Will Smith and Jada Smith thing? What actually? I don't keep up with that shit.
Well,
stuff. Sorry.
I mean, that was kind of like I guess a wave kind of thing. But yeah, it happened like 2 weeks ago. You haven't
well,
seen
we were
anything
meant to
about
talk about it during the Fight Companion. We never did. Then we missed last week.
True. But I didn't. Have you seen anything on it? Or?
I mean, just that pretty much she had a entanglement with what's his name? August.
Augusta.
What is he? A rapper?
I didn't hear about him until this situation happened.
What is he?
He's like a singer, artist. You know how they have that title and they just do.
But isn't he like a lot younger and she's like 45 or something?
I have her. Yeah, he's like 26, 27, something like that.
Well,
yeah. And I also saw that her son introduced them. Like he was really really good friends with her son because he's like,
Jade or not Jade? Is that Jaden?
Yeah, I think so. He's like 22 or something. You know, but
is he?
Yeah, he's. Wow. I don't know this. Around there, you know what I mean?
All right, well, I guess probably all of our listeners probably have already caught up on that, but...
Yeah, he made a song about it and everything, apparently.
Will Smith did?
No.
Okay.
August,
I was like,
what? Will Smith made I don't think Will Smith made a song in years.
Super Bowl because my parents were Redskins fans. Well, are your parents still the football team fans, Chapman Jr.? Let us know. And are they going to get new gear with the football team on the front?
Is he the football team fan or is he a Cowboy fan?
He's the football team fan. Well, I don't know. I think he's the football team fan. Dude, I saw somebody today with a Redskins Saturn. Like a Saturn car.
Yeah.
Like dubbed out Redskins. Like the bottom side skirts and everything were like Redskins. The interior had the logos on the headrest. I mean, he had done it big. So that's not going to age well.
You know,
good luck selling that on Craigslist, buddy. But anyway,
I don't know if now that
maybe it's worth more.
Some like great player jerseys and stuff like that in like 15, 20 years, and all this is, you know what I mean, and they still have the original like, you know, like a Sean Taylor, for example, signed jersey 20 years from now. I think that'd be, I don't know, you know.
He likes the Steelers. He says 90% of the people is done with him. I don't think that's true, dude. You can't just pick up another football team. You still have to like them, even though they have a ridiculous fucking name. Forkin. That was not a spoon thing. That was a Forkin thing.
Ew, so how is he a Steelers fan, but the Cowboys Redskin is the
That's
biggest?
His family.
But then how is he a Steelers fan? I mean, that's what I'm asking.
How am I a Titans fan, dude? I'm the only Titans fan in Virginia. You think any of my family is Titans fans?
Okay, fair enough. Good point. Dang, you didn't have to make that point. I didn't really think
well, sorry, I went off on you there for a second. You got the Chris Steffi attitude. But, anyway. All right.
They haven't been good for 15 years. Huh?
And I also have a bad history of out-of-town races. So, every time I go out of town to race, no matter what track it is, everybody wants to mess with me. Whether it's the track and the drivers, somebody always wants to try to do something with the tires.
They know you're coming.
I don't even think it's that. It's just it's always just
ironic.
It's just coincidental. It's annoying. It's exhausting.
I'm exhausted. So.
But yeah, if you could like and share this too, by the way, right now I haven't mentioned it much, and I need to be mentioning it more. You know, it seems to work for everybody else. I've got 21 subscribers. I only need 980 more to be like, you know, monetized and all that kind of stuff. We need to share it twice. Just really annoy all your friends. Give it to them twice.
Yeah. They see it twice and be like, oh, whoa, hold on. They'll do a double take, right?
Yeah. I'm definitely not watching that.
That's.
Of
course, I have to. I'm gonna click on it. Seen it 3 times.
Oh, the UFC fight tomorrow. Do you want to give your prediction on the main card at least?
Oh, Darren Till all the way, man.
Okay.
All the way, the gorilla.
Why do you hate on Robert?
Oh, I don't.
What's Robert's
nickname? I didn't think that was hating me choosing Darren. The Reaper.
The Reaper?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was the Resurrector or something. That would be even worse, huh?
Oof, yeah. I don't know. That's like, you know, some WWE thing. But yeah, I'd take Darren Till, you know. And it's not me hating on Robert Whittaker there. I'm a fan of Robert Whittaker, but you know, Darren Till's younger. And since he's moved up,
beast.
Yeah, since he's moved up weight class, poof. He was a big. What's under middleweight?
Was he the gorilla?
Yeah.
Darren the Gorilla Till.
Yeah.
Darren.
And he's from England, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Over the pond.
Britain.
Great Brit.
But yeah, I think Darren Till's gonna win for sure.
Also, nobody ever asked, really, I don't think. I think somebody did make one comment, and then I got self-conscious. I'm not getting Ryan and Megan and all these people to get my beer because I think, you know what I mean, like, 'cause I'm too lazy. Yeah, nobody sees this studio right now when it's set up. What if you call this a studio? There's wires. You can attest for this, Ryan.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't walk through here. You know, like, the scene in Men in Black, whatever movie, when there's lasers going everywhere and you have to, like, do this number, like, arms and legs to get through. That would be like me trying to get over to the fridge right now. I would much rather take
get that reference,
Hail Mary.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about? The lasers are going back and forth and you have to, like, go through them and dodge them.
Yeah, you said Men in Black, though.
I don't know if it's in Men in Black. I said whatever movie.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. I thought you were...
Seems like it would be something in Men in Black, though.
True. That's what I was trying to think.
I haven't
like
seen
one,
all
two,
of them.
You know,
I don't know.
The recent one?
Yeah, it's been a long time for all of them.
And the recent one wasn't good. So.
Ooh. That's a hard jab. Back to Will Smith. Was he in it?
No. No.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it would probably been all right if you... I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe not.
who knows?
Right.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe good thing he was at home, you know.
Yeah. But...
Trying that extra. Anyway. So,
that's
that's what it would look like trying for me to get to the fridge right now.
Yeah. And it's literally a hand, arm length away.
And it's funny, before I started doing a podcast, I was already looking into it and watching set up podcast videos and all this kind of stuff. And I watched all these guys like, it takes me 40 minutes to set up my podcast studio. And I'm like, this idiot. Like, as soon as I have a podcast studio, I'm leaving it because they all like to do it like in their living room with the view in the background and
they
shit.
got to put everything away.
Yeah. So I'm like, when I get one going, I'm not doing any of that.
Outsmarted them, right?
Yeah. I'm an idiot. Every single time that the show ends, I have to rap because, the cords are so insane. You can't walk through here. This is still part of my garage that I have to use.
I think it's very spacious.
It is, but I'm just saying, I've got to clean it up just like they did every time.
Well,
so it's like I was
absolutely.
like laughing at them, like, idiots. And now here I am doing the same exact thing that they were. So either way, that's the way it goes. You learn, you live, you learn, and Oh, does everybody like the vintage? Can they even see it? The vintage flag on the.
Absolutely.
I took down the real flag, obviously before last episode, but then for about 2 of the hours of the last stream, it was just like I can't even remember what. Right. So I figured I'd put that back on there to at least help.
So who do you got in the?
I got Darren Till too, just because I'm if I had to bet.
Whoa, Ethan, really? Why are you hating on Robert?
Well, I'm a poser.
Wow,
I'm a poser.
I can't believe you. Wow.
Robert Whittaker. How old is he?
Disappointed. But
he's not that old. Robert Whittaker's like 29.
Yeah, in
how old is Darren Till? 26.
Maybe 25, maybe. And Robert may be 30. Maybe even 31. Like 29 to 31, I'd say. And that's...
I need an extra...
Actually, matter of fact.
I was going to... you don't have to look it up if you're watching the comments and stuff. That's what I was saying. I was about to say, I need another laptop. I got one.
I'm over here multitasking. Ooh.
Dude, he's doing it all. Producer Ryan, he's at it.
I just don't know how to spell Whittaker there. I'm going to guess. Yeah. Got it right. I was a spelling bee champ in like 4th grade. So,
nobody believes you.
Well, they don't have to. It's facts.
Really? Nice.
Oh, well,
congratulations.
I think it might have been 3rd. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
honestly, I don't even...
At all, that's good.
I was in one. I might not have won. Actually, I did one.
I think everybody was in one, dude. I think it's part of standard learning.
I was back-to-back champ 2 years, so...
Well, this story's changing a lot.
This is true.
Okay. I believe every bit of it, though. Especially the last part where you said back-to-back champion, And by that, you meant elementary school and middle school. Like, right. You had conquered all the... You got beat out by that one person in high school, but I remember. It was a good run.
You're right, though. 29.
Racing Virginia podcast. I was supposed to do a bunch of podcast call-outs when I started this whole thing. Never happened. But I am calling them out. How have I not been on this? And also, I messaged them like, hey, y'all want to come on this podcast? Are y'all in Virginia or Virginia Beach or what? They're in Richmond or Mechanicsville or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also a lot to ask somebody to come over here at 10 o'clock at night. I guess.
Well, but it's all about perspective.
But anyway,
Michael Chapman said we should turn the brightness down a tad. Like the lingo, a tad.
A tad.
That's
Well, I've got my tad meter right here, but no, I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying. I think he's talking about the brightness on this, if anything, and it's down all the way. It's
my tad meter. That's pretty good.
The way that camera intercepts it, for some reason, it can't handle it. How about if I turn this light on? Usually that helps.
Yes. Well,
anyway, if Racing Virginia Podcast, maybe wants to tag them, whoever runs that, and ask them why I have not been on their podcast, I'm extremely offended.
It's a damn good question.
Yeah. It worked out for Jack Dodson. Also, I'm thinking about doing... That's why we're doing a Friday night, and then we're still doing a Saturday night. We missed last week, but there still might be occasions where I do a weeknight or something like that.
You should have the light on every time. Yeah.
What's that?
The light? You should have that on every time you
Is it good?
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes you look like a ghost.
No. Where'd you go?
It makes you look like Robert Pattinson in the movie Twilight.
Whoa. Where'd you go?
It even took me a second to get that joke. Jesus Christ, that was terrible.
The diamonds reflecting it?
It was good. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Sparkles.
That's what I feel like sometimes. I found an old school version of a Whiskey Myers video the other day, like back when they were like old, like they were in like somebody's mom's basement or some shit. But the audio was terrible. It sounded like the first 3 episodes of this show, or more like the first 18 episodes of this show. And I don't know. I'll try to post that link. I won't be able to share that on YouTube because the music thing gets weird. I've got a video to show y'all, but it's not music. For some reason, the music makes it weird as far as they try to take you down.
Well,
in fact, I'll get into that right now. Because, Ryan, I know that... when did you start watching the podcast? Like, what episode do you remember? Because I remember in the first couple episodes, I had shared...
I think I started watching...
the video of the karate... What's it called? Front kick?
The thing is, I don't know the episode, and I don't know the guest. I just remember I started watching early, but then I'd miss a week, and then, but...
Yeah. No, I'm not hating. I'm just wondering. Episode
10 on, I'd say.
I'm just trying to think of the episode or what the movie is called. But all right, I got another one for you. I explained early in the thing. I explained years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Video about a guy trying to rap like on live TV, and it did not go well. Like he was on a news show. He's like, I'm about to freestyle right now. Do you remember this story?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, dude, it's hilarious. He freezes up like he's gonna freestyle, and he just freezes up, and then he can't and then it's live, so it's so awkward. It's like part of the show.
How long ago was this video? It's like you said.
A long time ago. I just learned about it probably 6 months ago or something.
Well, we were around when YouTube started, so you say that long ago. Yeah.
All right, it's 3 minutes, 18 minutes. All right, freestyle rap fail on TV. This one's 40 seconds, so this should work.
Yeah, I've not. This is new to me.
Well, you're going to do a spoken word for us now,
right? Oh, that's perfect.
And tell us what we're about to hear.
It's just a freestyle.
Okay.
I'm just going to think it up.
Freestyle. Well, let me sit back. Go ahead, Marshall.
Okay. Years ago, they tried to put me in the...
It's so cringeworthy.
Classic. You see him look.
He's like, oh shit. Look, it's been so long.
You want to try to read something from your book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to maybe read something from your book?
Yeah, absolutely. Where is it?
That sounds good. What page? What page? What? You got an excerpt you need? But
I did not. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, that's so hilarious.
Oh, dude,
that's gonna be a total different video.
When he looked over, like he was looking for help, like looking for guidance there.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's funny.
So either way, I had to follow up with that. Now that we got a TV and everything like that,
and
I had explained that video. See, it was hard to explain that video prior to having it to where you could actually kind of see. Hopefully, they can see the TV. I don't know what the lighting looks like, but oh my god, it's so cringeworthy. And
the audio is perfect.
This was that says 2018, but you can tell just from the video.
Yeah, that was
like
old 2003.
Yeah, maybe something like that. You can Google it. He's got information about it or whatever about Since then, he lost his career and tried to rap again. I don't remember.
Well, I don't see him.
It's such a train wreck. What is it
Good
called?
for him for still trying.
Front
though,
kick first or the foot fist way?
I'm not familiar with that one either. Andrew Fuller says it looks good too with the light.
He said it looks good. All right, Ryan. This is just for you, dude. This video makes me laugh harder than most videos on the internet.
Hold on. Yes.
You have seen this?
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if some of the people have seen this. Even though I shared it on the page, we're gonna watch it right now.
Isn't that Danny McBride?
Yeah.
Yes. This. Yeah.
Although it's got a Fandango ad.
You need your bank. Capital One's top-rated.
Which I guess they're gonna sponsor this show right now.
Have you seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Pay bills or transfer
Yeah.
money. When you
Okay.
don't need your bank,
Have I seen Napoleon Dynamite, dude?
I'm saying when you brought up this karate, you
Think
know,
I'm American or not?
Hey, some people haven't.
Face your partner. Gunge.
Some people haven't. Like who?
Can you expand it?
Communists?
Okay, rotate.
I know. I know. Sorry, that didn't catch that right there.
Now I'm noticing that a lot of y'all are just throwing single kicks and punches. What you need to be doing is following those through with some combinations. Okay? Let's start with the simple one, shall we? Right hand block. Left hand throws the distracting back fist. Number one side kick. Follow through with the spin crescent kick to the head. Sound easy enough?
Sure.
Okay, let's try it out. Rick, Marge, hop up.
Sure.
What movie is this off of?
Okay.
The foot fist
Mark, ready,
way?
stance?
Okay, that's right. That's
Okay.
right.
I've never seen the movie.
Rick,
I've just seen this scene right here that's
I've watched part of it.
hilarious.
I didn't get all the way through it, but
Oh man, it's so bad.
Number one side kick.
See,
and
this is
spin
what I
crescent kick.
want to happen when I see something like this, and I don't want it to happen, but I'm like, oh god.
Gotcha,
If I see this in a bar, this is what I think is about to happen.
right.
But when I see it in the movie, I'm like, oh god, she's probably gonna kick his ass or
You can
something.
beat this combination. I think Marge and I know different, don't we, Marge?
She's just like
Marge.
60, like 55-year-old lady.
Marge.
Keep your eyes
Marge.
on Rick, and don't forget the distracting back fist. That's the key.
Marge is a beautiful name, by the way.
It
You
is.
come with whatever you got.
Love you, Marge. Anybody named Marge
To
out
all
there?
the Marges
I'm
out
gonna
there.
warn you. I don't think you're gonna like how this ends, hot shot. Face your partner. Kung Nai. Sparring stances. CJ.
Holds her head too. Oh god, and the kick while she's down. Jesus, man.
That's funny.
She
Still
did.
alive?
She's still alive.
Somebody check her pulse.
Somebody check her pulse.
When you pull this video up, the reason why I brought up Napoleon Dynamite is because it made me think of the karate scene in that movie.
Mmm.
You know, that's the only reason why I brought it up. With I forget his name in there. Michael
Napoleon
Jackson.
Dynamite karate. I was Rex Kwon Do.
Rex.
Oh, this guy. Yeah,
Rex-
yeah, yeah.
Rex-
It does remind me
Yeah.
of that guy a little bit.
Rex Kwon Do.
This is 2 minutes. We're not gonna watch this whole thing, but everybody will remember this guy.
No. But
I feel like everybody's seen Napoleon Dynamite. I've never even seen the foot fist way. Even though Danny McBride is hilarious.
yeah.
I love that guy.
But Napoleon, it's a classic humor.
Oh man, dude, you know how low budget this movie was?
When I first saw it, I didn't like it. I had to see it a second time to.
They made
to
this on a
really get it.
GoPro or some shit.
Yeah,
Like,
real low budget, and then made T-shirts.
yeah, this guy.
System of self-defense that I developed over 2 seasons of fighting in the octagon.
Think-
It's called Rex Kwon Do.
I think it's all the way up. No, it's not. Should be
I need-
blast on me.
Peter Pan over here.
Bow to your sensei. Okay. No, one chance. One chance.
What's up, Josh Duncan?
Josh Duncan.
Alex could freestyle better than that.
All right, that was pretty good. Okay. Now, watch this, everybody.
I made Ethan watch it when I was in high school.
The other
I think we all watched it.
My other arm.
Okay, now watch this. I'm just gonna break the wrist and walk
Everybody's seen this. But either way, we can
Yeah.
break the wrist and walk away.
Okay, it's just that simple. Now,
Look
I
at
want
Kip.
you
He's
to-
like destroyed. Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
Kip.
Dated LaFonda. Oh,
I mean,
man.
can you imagine your name being Kip?
Right?
Oh man, he just got hammered.
block it every time.
Get contacts, Kip. Like you look horrible
Like,
with
people-
glasses, bro.
People paid for this class, Rex Kwon Do.
Both of the no, they didn't. Both of these guys, in real life, not that glasses is a bad look. They probably just need different types of glasses.
Well, did
those
you know
those
the,
aren't the move right there. I can tell you.
The actor that played Napoleon Dynamite had a twin brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that actually passed away. Like,
Have you ever seen him in real life?
No. His twin brother like passed away when they were making the movie.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it was like a.
Have you ever seen
fun
Napoleon
fact.
Dynamite in real life, though? Handsome guy. Regular looking.
No, not personally. No. Have
Yeah,
you?
I mean, he's
really?
a little big, he's got a big nose, but it's not like I can talk.
Have
But-
you?
I mean, I haven't seen him in real life.
Oh,
I'm saying,
oh.
have you seen him outside of him having an ugly-ass big fro?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
have you ever seen him
movies.
as a different... Yeah.
Yeah. Blades of Glory with Will Smith. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got weird hair in that, too, though.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough.
saying, like,
Okay, then no.
when he's, like, on a talk
Touche.
show or something like that.
No, I have not. No. That's a good point.
Granted, we're on right now, and it's not like I'm top-notch. I mean, I don't even know what my hair looks like. There's no mirrors in here, either. So
Well, I
that's
mean,
another
it's-
thing I thought about.
It's not Napoleon Dynamite hair, and it's more hair than I have, so.
Yeah. Well,
That's a double win there, right?
I guess.
He said I
Depends. I got a receding hairline.
It goes down, Robert. I don't know. Michael Chapman Jr.
He's probably referencing the movie or something.
Nick Foles and Napoleon Dynamite are the same guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot
That's
that
funny.
Napoleon Dynamite ended up winning a Super Bowl ring for the Eagles.
He just does it all there.
Yeah, that was sweet.
He's legally changed his name.
Froze are sweet. Ask James Bailey. James Bailey got away with it, but it was not that sweet. I can guarantee you, if you ask James Bailey to grow it back out right now, James Bailey would say, You know, he'd give you a strong,
Just like that, too.
yeah, yeah. He did make it cool though. His was cool. He's got really tight curls,
Okay.
even tighter than Napoleon Dynamite's. So his was
Shouts
cool.
out James Bailey. Not familiar.
Shout out to James Bailey. Somebody get him in here. Somebody already got Nick Jefferson here. And Nick Heist better still be in here. I watched him farm for 4 hours the other day. Check out Scoops Gaming. Alex had a fro. It was decent, but you always hung out with James, Alex. And James had the mega fro. His was like 3 feet tall. Yours was like a foot, which is huge. But when you're walking around, it's
But
like
not-
being
not th- not
it's like
3
being a hot chick next to a supermodel. It's but in fro league, your fro didn't do jack. You look like, Shia LaBeouf back on Even Stevens compared to this guy. James had that
Three
depth.
footer.
Yeah, that depth, But kind of looked like that Hey Arnold look, like split down the middle, and it would kind of flop to the side a little bit. But got so long that it couldn't hold itself up. It got so long that it had to do the.
Put a hat right in the middle there. And
No, he didn't do all that. Thank God. It was a baller fro. I had to ball in high school. Yeah, I balled in high school, bro. Not as much as you did, or as well.
Now, when we're saying fro, is that we're just talking about long curly hair, or we're
No,
talking about legitimate?
My brother used to have a legitimate fro.
My dad used to have a
James-
legit red afro. back
Your
in his day.
James used to have. I'm talking like. I'll have to show you a picture of James Bailey. Obviously, you wouldn't know him, but we got Thunder.
familiar.
Is it Thunder?
Yeah.
Big Thunder here. Big storm. Anyway,
Thunder and lightning.
and the thunder rolls. That was terrible.
Nah, bro, what are you talking about?
Have you ever, how like when you're on Snapchat, like the send or whatever button is right next to the FaceTime somebody button?
Mm-hmm.
How many times have you done that? That shit drives me insane.
Or it's right when you're like not done typing something, so it's like you send like half word. At least I don't know. For me, I guess I got.
You were talking about the
cut down.
send text. I'm talking about like when you're trying to exit out of the conversation and then you actually FaceTime them through Snapchat. Did you even know that you could do that? Have you ever done that?
I think yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Dude, I do
I've
it
done
all
a
the
couple
time.
times. I've done it
I
a
got
couple
like
times.
fat thumbs or something because I cannot dude, it's so embarrassing too because it's like always the most random people like.
They answer it. Hey man.
No, they don't. No, I can hang up really quickly, but they still get the call.
No, yeah, yeah.
It's just
I was
like,
just,
oh shit,
yeah.
so embarrassing.
Has anyone called you back?
No, usually I send a very pathetic apology text before they ever have the chance to.
That's
Like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. 'Cause usually it's like some random girl or like
Yeah.
some random guy that I haven't like seen since like, 3rd grade.
yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. Oh shit. Everybody heard that probably.
What was it?
They saw my reaction probably. I think it was the guy just taking out the trash. Rolled across the gravel. He slammed the lid shut. Scared me, man. Yeah, I didn't expect a big one like that.
Didn't know it was trash day.
Also, too, we were talking about USC. I picked Darren Till. I also said during the fight companion, I was like, oh yeah, as we go on, the intros for the bigger guys will get longer and better. I don't even like the intros. I just wish they'd walk out like Jorge Masvidal, just ready to bang. Could just walk out like almost even just run to the cage like
you don't like all the
ready
dancing
to fight this
and
motherfucker right now. Like that's what I would do. Like I'd be running out there like let's get this bitch started, dude. Like they're like, oh, let me do a dance and spin 4 times. It's just well, it's cool and all. It's greatly choreographed and you can appreciate the art.
Well, what about like the people that walk out all the way from the back and you're watching them come out from the locker room and do this slow?
Yeah, like Israel Adesanya does a bunch of big ones, and some guys do it.
Yeah, and
I appreciate that, and they get a lot of respect from the UFC community. I'm taking back my own words from last week, and I'm like, oh, they'll get bigger and better. Bigger and better would be not one at all. Right. Just where they run out and like I'm ready to just bust heads.
Well, have you ever seen the the Pride intros back in the day?
Yeah, they were really crazy, right?
Yeah, with that I don't know his name, but he had like red
be
mohawk
racist. I'm just kidding.
Right,
with the Asian guy because they were in Japan or whatever. What is it?
Yeah, but he had like Asian dancers with him, and he was like dancing. That?
Oh, you're talking about yeah, I know who you're talking about. He did that MTV show.
Bully Beatdown. Yeah. You know Eddie Alvarez was on that show.
Jeremy Stevens.
No. His name's Jason Mayhem.
Yeah, Miller. Jason Miller.
Right. Yeah, bro. Yeah. But he had Eddie Alvarez on that show. But yeah, he used to have some crazy.
As a bully?
Yeah. Well, no. As a bully beatdowner, I guess.
Okay.
That's what we call him. You know what I mean? But I didn't
know that anybody did the beatdowns other than the Mayhem.
No, he didn't do any of the beatdowns. He got actual like fighters.
Oh, I thought
he just hosted.
Mayhem used to do the beatdowns since he was the UFC fighter.
No, not in the show.
I'm pretty sure.
No, he just hosted it.
That show wasn't bad. It used to take forever though.
Yeah, it was dragged out. And
I just want to say, like, you could do
how staged it was, and I was like, oh, okay.
That and like, it was literally the entire show was about one instance. Like, I just want to see like, there's usually 2 or 3 commercial breaks.
Yeah.
How about just one bully get beat down in between each commercial break?
And you can tell the backstories were written. I don't want to watch all that.
Yeah, it's like I don't even want the backstory.
This could even get.
We know what happened. Yeah,
bullying's bad, but the people that had it in there was like those stories. Like really,
yeah, we know he stole his Cheetos back in 3rd grade. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah,
go beat the dude's ass. I'm just. Let's get there.
Just pumped up Jack.
Yeah, yeah. I just feel like they could have condensed a lot of it. Yeah, but it was still entertaining for the first couple of them. Yeah, until you realize, too, then you got like a full-blown UFC fighter against like some high school kid, and you're like, wait a second.
And then you realize Jason, is also kind of out there in left field.
Yeah, his nose is falling off because he's done so much cocaine and shit. So, it's like, what's going on here? Like,
you understand why he had all those, intros and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that guy doing?
Right. But I know what you mean, though. Some of those intros are just a little too much, though. Just get straight to it.
Comment if you would like us to fire up the steamboat or whatever the hell this thing is, the steam engine. If you'd like me to pour water in there and get this bad boy running, I want to get merch. I want to get merch that says "bad boy."
The steam engine. What is that?
That's what this is. You never seen the video?
No. That's what I was.
Ryan. The first time that Ryan came on this podcast, that was the first time Ryan had heard of this podcast. So just bear with him. And we covered it. We covered it, in earlier episodes. Okay. So following. But well,
what is?
I think there's even a video on the page. I don't know. I don't think there is. I think there's a video on my personal page.
But if there are people who also don't know, what is it?
I'll show you after if nobody comments.
Well, we'll make them comment.
I don't know how much water's in there. Oh shit.
Oh, Josh Duncan, he commented. So you gotta.
What do you say? You want to see it?
That's exactly what he said.
Nick Cannon get canceled?
I did hear about that. Yep.
He apologized though. It seems like he had a pretty genuine apology. Although
he did.
Some of the stuff he did was pretty sick, some of the stuff he said was pretty sick. He didn't do anything.
His apology was the second statement he made. Like he made that horrific statement. Then the very next day he came out and doubled down on that statement, and then 2 days after that, then he apologized. But I mean the whole disinformation. I always feel like you should always. Apologize. It would seem genuine, and everyone.
Do you think
there's a lot of disinformation.
Jobs and all that kind of stuff?
I could understand why the company did do it because from what I heard,
Fox kept him. I think Fox.
Well, yeah, the people that owned Wild and Out, I heard were the top.
He got canceled from Wild and Out, but he's got another another show on Fox or something like that, and they kept him.
True, but Wild and Out was his big.
Yeah, that was his bread and butter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was his. He created that show, didn't he? It was essentially his show
until somebody fired him. I didn't know.
Well, you can still have it. There's still contingencies where they can own it now, to where they can.
Yeah, because he came out and asked if he could
have. That'd be like saying Fear Factor was Joe Rogan's show. or something like that.
Well, I don't know. I think that's a little different because Fear Factor was going on before Joe Rogan too.
Was it?
I don't know. I thought maybe I could be wrong.
Well,
but I think that's
you know what I'm saying though, like
yeah, but it's not like Nick Cannon is Wild. You get what I'm saying? They can't do Wild 'N Out without Nick Cannon. That's just not going to happen. But they could do Fear Factor without.
They could do Wild 'N Out without Nick Cannon.
Oh, really? Oh man.
Not well.
Is Nick Cannon watching?
Not well, but they can do it.
True.
They can finish out the season,
right?
But
no seasonal. 11.
Yeah.
I did hear about that though, but
But there's been shows before, whose line is it anyway?
True.
That went from like Drew Carey over to like, that didn't go well though either.
No.
Same with Whose Line Is It Anyway? It switched over to like that chick that looks like Candace Owens or whatever is now the host.
See, I didn't even know that.
It's not even now, but after Drew Carey left.
That's when it ended for me. Is after Drew
Carey.
I didn't even know that.
But I kind of see what you're saying. Wild 'N Out ended when he got canceled. So.
Yeah, and he was and it was
might still be around, but it's not really.
No, I haven't. I don't watch it, but his statement was. But I contributed that to disinformation out there. I mean, you could tell he didn't have like the sources he was getting that information from.
Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
If you want a good breakdown on this that I think is honest and not even both sides, just really, I would say not both sides. I shouldn't say from one and the other.
What do you mean by that?
Just like. Not even both sides, just like what you could think as a Jewish person or as a white person. He was mostly against Jews. Or what you could think as a Nick Cannon supporter. Like, whether you think he shouldn't be canceled or whether you think he should be canceled from his TV shows and from Wild 'N Out. If you go and listen to Nick Schultz and Charlemagne, they've got a pretty good breakdown of what they think is wrong with it, but at the same time how they think his apology was pretty genuine and that they don't think that he should be canceled for it. No. I'm still, I think the same thing.
I'd say if this happened,
pretty
4 or 5 years ago, he wouldn't have gotten
Jewish
fired.
Now. I'm not Jewish.
But I don't think he would have gotten fired 4 or 5 years ago. But since everything is the way it is today,
yeah.
They had, it's.
I learned it was also the biggest remark that was the problem was the fact that he said something about Jewish people owning all the banks. That was the biggest.
And them controlling like the system, and it was multiple remarks, but it all extended towards Jews.
And that was apparently the exact terminology that was used by Hitler to pretty much.
Yeah.
It was the the Jews are running all the banks, running all the got all this. So they've always been taught. Jewish families apparently have always been taught. They had a Jewish guy on their show explain this.
Okay.
Have always been taught. They don't forget. They've always been taught.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody starts to say this about you, you are offended by it because of this is what it led to last time, type of thing. Because this is what these are some of the things they started using against you, or using to convince people that you were a bad person. This is what Hitler did, saying that you had control of all the banks and all the system, and all this kind of stuff. That was part of his way to take over the country. Apparently, not even Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz, but this Jewish guy that came onto their show knew a lot more about it than you, I, and Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz put together. So apparently, it's just that alone. Like he said, in my opinion, some much worse things, but that was the one that really. Was the
tip of the iceberg?
Was really the most offensive thing, which it would have been the least. Like I would have been like, he's almost like complimenting you, saying you own all the banks and stuff like that. But apparently, that's like a big no. Like, no, that's literally terms used by Hitler against Jews during the. So definitely understandable. And,
absolutely, 100%. And
I'm not changing my view on whether I don't think he should be canceled because of it. I'm just saying I'm trying to educate y'all, I guess, a little bit on why it is so offensive, or what he said was so offensive for the people that don't think it is at all. That's not what we're saying.
I wouldn't personally understand anybody that would think that it wasn't offensive.
Right.
I mean, I honestly,
Yeah,
I can understand if somebody doesn't
don't
want to
lose
accept
faith
apology,
in the sickness of humanity, Ryan.
No,
okay?
no, I'm sure
I'm sure there's plenty of people that are not offended by any of those comments. The people that think the same things,
right?
That think the same things of what he said, not of what he actually maybe thinks. Now that he's said his apology, but still, it's pretty dark stuff. But you're a big fan of Bill Burr. He's grown on me. I mean, I kind of like some of his stuff. I like his rant comedy.
I'm a recent fan, a very recent fan. So I don't know much, but yeah. I'm a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of his stand-up comedy kind of stuff, but I guess his podcasts, like, I think it's called Monday Morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about when I went to what is it, Guitar Center, right? Right up there by.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
So I
what
went
it's
into Guitar Center, and the guy was. I went in to buy the long cords
Mhm.
for the other side of the studio here. And you walk in, it's got a big sign, like 3 signs that say mask required or don't even try to come in. So, I'm masked up and everything.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, which is fine.
Masked up.
And
Sorry.
I go in, the guy's like, hey man, what you looking for? I'm like, hey man, and I literally had the cable that doesn't work, that's a piece of shit. It's buzzing all over the place. I had it with me just to make sure that I got the right ends, because I'm an idiot. The right ends on
Me
both
too.
sides. And he's like, oh, one of these? Oh yeah, man. There's only one section of these right here. Yeah, it's over here, right here. Yeah. And he's like, hold on. He does something with another customer. Like, it's right over here. There's only these cables are only one spot. Because I was already like, while he was helping another customer for a second, I thought I had seen them.
Mhm.
They had like different colors and all kinds of cool shit. I'm like looking at them. I'm like, ooh, like this is long and green. Like I'll buy this.
Right.
So
It's my favorite color.
yeah. So then he gets done with the person. He's like, no, man, you're in the wrong section, blah, blah, blah. Your type's cords are over here. I'm like, okay, and he's like, and these cords that you've got right here, these are outdated. These aren't going to be used for very much longer. They're pretty much outdated already. That's why there's only one small section of them. They're fucking trash, garbage. That's not what he said, but he's pretty much like, shitting on, like, okay, dude.
Downplaying the old product they
granted,
had.
I just got all this stuff, and it is cheap-ass shit. But I just got it 6 months ago, and I'm like, damn, like,
It does
it's
its
already
job.
outdated, like, shit. So he's like, yeah, this stuff isn't gonna be around much longer. It's just total trash. I'm like, oh my god, like, he's like, we've only got this, section right here, which is a pretty big section. He had a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking for something longer, and this was garbage.
And green.
No, I didn't care about that. This section was pretty much all black. It really was a little bit more reduced than some of the, not racist, but a little bit more reduced diversity than some of the other mic chord sections, because they had pink, blues, greens, yellow. This section,
All colors.
where I've got, as y'all can see, this connection and that connection over there, blah, 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 nobody gives a shit. That section was just all plain type of stuff. So, nobody cares about the story. Where it's getting good is, he picks up the, I think it's 25 foot? I gotta look at the box or measure it or something. It doesn't matter. He picks up the 25 foot, he's like, well, here it is. We're good to go. Like, I'm like, what? He's like, he starts walking back to the counter. He's like, is this all you needed? I'm like, well, like, I wanted to wait a second. Like I haven't even looked at anything. Like, I want to look if there's longer ones for a decent price. If there's
Instead of him just grabbing one.
there's literally 10 different sizes, lengths.
Yeah.
And he just picked one up and started walking the counter like, "This is what you need. Let's go." I hadn't even walked over to the section
Great
yet.
customer service.
Yeah, he had walked over to the area. He's like, "This is where it is over here. Here's one." And before I could even go look and shop or do anything,
Yeah.
he's got it on the way back to the register. Like, "Let's go check out." I'm like, "Well, I also needed a second one, by the way, because I got 2 fucking mics over on the other side of the studio."
Yeah.
Anyway, so he didn't bother to ask that.
Yeah.
He's already been just shitting on my cords for the past 10 minutes.
And grabbing
so,
and pushing at the door.
Right. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, I wanted to buy more pop filters and stuff. Like, I was gonna look around, do some shopping. I got 20 minutes to burn or whatever.
Right.
So I get to looking around. I'm like, these ones are 50 foot, but they're twice as much or whatever. These ones are 15 foot instead of 25.
Compare and contrast.
But they're only $2 cheaper. So yeah, the 25, the one he picked. Yeah, I ended up buying the ones he picked. Okay, that's not the part of the story. Okay, yeah, he did know best. But fuck this guy. And here's why.
Still.
Yes, that's beside the point. So then I go to pick one. I'm literally like, hold on. I'm still gonna look at some other things. I pick one of the longer ones up there, like 50 feet, just in case like I need to put somebody in my damn other side of my yard and have them have a mic over there for I don't even know what I'm looking at, but still. So I pick it up and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. He's like, don't touch anything. Anything you touch, I've got to sanitize. So no customers allowed to touch anything. I'm like
Where's the sign
bomb
for that?
alarms went off. Bombs was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, like, so I can't shop here technically.
What? Yeah. What's the definition?
Am
of
I
shopping?
even allowed to look at the things? Like what? Like I understand. I don't want to get coronavirus either. It's not like I'm saying that this thing isn't a real thing. I'm just saying, I understand the mask rule. I understand all this. I've never been into a store that was still open that was like, whoa!
Yeah, and
you know,
if there's no sign that says that, then how
nothing.
Are you going to know?
And not only that, but like I said, he didn't explain that to me. He just literally picked up the cord without asking me how many I needed or anything. Picked up the cord and was like, all right, let's go check it out.
And what
I could tell, obviously, looking back, the way he was acting was very much, just the way that you would think he would be if nobody was allowed to touch anything. Like, pick this one. Let's walk back to the counter. I'll handle it for you and put it in a bag, and then you can touch it.
What if you didn't want the one he grabbed? Then he'd
have
to
sanitize. That's what I'm saying.
Then,
well, he didn't have to sanitize anything. So I'm sure he's touched. Who knows, dude? This guy was just a total tool bag.
Yeah.
But it's just the whole thing.
I wouldn't go back there again.
Yeah, the guys at Guitar Center are douchebags sometimes. I buy a lot of musical equipment and stuff from AmericanMusicSupply.com just to avoid going in the store.
There we go.
That's Josh Duncan at thejoshduncanband.com. Have you ever heard of him?
Thank you, Josh Duncan. I have not.
Dude, you got to hear the Josh Duncan Band. They're serious. Really good. Really good. They played a bunch of bars around here. You've probably been to a bar that they've been playing at. You just didn't realize.
Right? Okay. I'll check them out.
Yeah, dude, they're sweet.
That's Josh Duncan.
So yeah, this guy, like I said, I touched the one chord, freaked out.
Yeah.
He pretty much called the cops on me, and then, I figured out the one he picked, of course, was fucking, the best price. That's probably why I picked it up anyway.
It just so happened he was right. I mean, come on. Still.
Yeah. But still, I needed two. Okay.
Don't shop at Guitar Center.
Yeah. You still had to make your second trip back to grab me a second one. You douche bag.
Get his steps
you
in.
douche bag via Josh Duncan. He said that, not me. So anyway,
maybe this guy's watching.
Probably not.
He'll see it. Word will
Probably
get to him.
not.
Word will get to him.
Why not? Maybe if Guitar Center would like to sponsor this podcast, I would gladly accept. Okay, for the record, if they would like to give me some funds, and maybe their Rode Podcaster Pro setup, dual, we could talk. We could talk.
Buy one get one half off kind of thing. Maybe.
No, buy none. You sponsor the show, and
better.
we'll talk. But don't send me that guy. And if you do, you better send him welding cash or podcasting equipment. So I can do business. But I almost didn't do business that day. I almost went to audiostore.net or whatever, like Josh Duncan just said, just to shove it up this guy's ass. But it's like
I probably would.
They have a website. Why are you even doing this if it's going to be like this? Like the guy nearly damn near wanted to fist fight me because I touched a damn mic cord. What are we doing here, buddy?
They should make some signs.
Yeah. Or
it says wear a mask,
which is fine, but don't even make anything accessible. Put everything behind glass if you can't touch it.
That's a good point too. Why even have it?
If you're going to be a dick, what I mean? And it did say maximum 15 people in the store at the same time, but there's only 3 guys working there. So what if everybody at the same time wanted to touch something? What, are you going to go around knocking them all out cold?
Grab a megaphone or something?
Just that's not the move, okay? Going around and fucking freaking out and being an anxious guy and then yelling at all your customers because they touched something because they were trying to shop in your store. That ain't,
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
That too, but you could also say some crazy shit like...
Well, true, I'm saying, in this circumstance, what he said wasn't really, don't touch it. And I haven't seen that anywhere else.
Let me back this up. So I'm a little salty walking out of there like, this motherfucker, not only was he a dick, he was a dick about my chords, and he knows a lot better than I do. Like, fucking chords are out of date, I'm a little salty about that,
right.
Like, this,
He didn't have to point all that stuff out.
Yeah, I'm glad he did, but I'm still not in a good place now, because now I've got outdated equipment, and this guy was a dick. Like, nothing's good. So I'm like, wait a second. Mine look a lot like, so I type in JRE. This is a small podcast, Joe Rogan Experience. Ever heard of it? Same exact fucking chords I've got. Type in The Fighter and the Kid, The King and the Sting, Good for You with Whitney Cummings. Do I need to keep going? All of them have this same exact chord.
So what is this non-outdated stuff he's talking about?
I don't know what this crackhead's talking about, dude. He's probably freaking laying in a ditch right now, afraid that anybody's gonna fucking... Sorry. I'm going off. I'm just this guy...
Damn Guitar Center.
This is how this guy was. He's probably laying in a bath of hand sanitizer right now, which is fine. He won't get it, but he'll probably get body warts because his body can't react, his skin can't react. Just like, you know, some of you people, like the people, I don't know if you heard, like, put on too much hand sanitizer and they're, like, warts all over their hands and stuff.
I've not heard about that.
It's just,
I didn't know that was a thing.
don't do this, guys, okay? Don't overdo it. That's all I'm
You
saying.
don't want a body full of warts.
No. But yeah.
But
So my mic cords are good. Hopefully everybody can hear me, and if the... I'm trying not to cuss. If the Guitar Center guy can hear me, let it be known, buddy. You need to check out some other very popular podcasts. This is not one of them. And find out what kind of cords they're using and give your little sales pitch over to them and tell them to change all their equipment over. All their audio interfaces, mixers, all that kind of stuff. All their cords and all their mics. Pretty much everything. Because the cords are getting a little outdated.
But if they still work, then...
Yeah, of course they still work. They still work for every famous podcaster on the damn YouTube.
You know.
Go like and subscribe on YouTube. Like I said, I've got 21 subscribers, which is insane.
Hell yeah.
No, not in a good way. It's
Hell
insane. Like,
yeah.
what? I got 20. Like,
Yeah, no.
we got to do better. We got to do something.
You gotta start somewhere. 21 is better than 20.
I had to write this down the other night just because I remembered it. When I was talking to somebody, I thought it was so funny. So, we were having, oh shit. Where did it?
I'm with you.
Well, maybe tomorrow, episode 21, we'll get back to that. If I can find it. We're past anyway. What did you bring anything? Did you have anything you want to say, Ryan? I've kind of just blabbed this whole time and not let you even get a word in. So I'm sorry about that. But
whoa, no need to apologize. I've contributed. I don't know. We really hit a lot of stuff I want to talk about.
Yeah, Bill Burr's cool. I like, he's got like rant comedy. Same with Tim Dillon. But I laugh at it. So it's just not. It's not for some people. Some people it is.
Right.
There's nothing I like more than a white guy bitching about something.
And he does do that a lot.
Yeah.
He's got something to say about everything.
I was mostly joking about that part, but it's just kind of funny because they're like rant comics, and yet I think they both grew up in not rich neighborhoods, but decent neighborhoods.
Who, Bill Burr?
And Tim Dillon. Two of the most, I would say, famous rant comics right now. I don't know.
I knew Bill. I think it's from New York.
Who's the undercard for Till and Whitaker?
I think it's one of the Noguera brothers. I could be wrong on that. I don't know why I just said that. It just popped in my head when you asked the question.
All right.
Well, it's nobody. It's not like the fight 2 weeks ago where it's stacked.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's on ESPN kind of thing.
It's free. Yeah, there's not even a pay-per-view for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not that at all.
Let's see. I don't know, that Pat Mahomes contract was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we talked about that. $500 trillion.
Right.
Well, we'll see y'all tomorrow night again.
Episode
Should be the
21.
same time. Episode 21. We'll have a guest. YouTuber. Small businesser.
Works both ways.
Yeah. Motorcycle rider.
Does it all.
I haven't had time to think of a good intro. So I'll have one tomorrow. Maybe. If I have time. I will. I'll have a good one. Yeah. See you all tomorrow night. 10 p.m. live.
Episode 21.
Check it out after on YouTube. Peace out, everybody.
Be there.
You gotta hit end. Ooh.